Jeremiah Wonders is brought to you by Lucy Nicotine. I have multiple family members who struggle with smoking, and it's a bad habit that's really hard to quit. And I'm going to try recommending them to Lucy because Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists to make a tobacco alternative that doesn't taste bad. Researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients. Lucy's created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, pomegranate, and Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine and cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor actually tastes great. I might start smoking just so I can start using Lucy to kick the habit and try these flavors. And it's convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, or even in the gym. The trick is to have it for when you need it. Be prepared. It's 2020. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple, and you don't have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down. Just for my Jeremiah Wonders listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code Jeremiah to get 20% off all products, including gum or lozenges. That's lucy.co and use promo code Jeremiah at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning. This product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. But go to lucy.co and be sure to use that promo code Jeremiah to get 20% off today. Wow, we're doing it, guys. We're making it happen. You're listening and watching to Jeremiah Wonders, and I can't thank everybody enough for the support they've been showing me with my 1-hour debut stand-up special on Amazon Prime. Thank you for all the rating and reviews. If you've watched it and haven't rated a review, please go do that on your Prime account. I thank you very much for that. The album is out now too. If you're more of an audio listener, there's some bonus tracks that were not on the special, different material and crowd work that was not on the special that you can go check out on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, and a bunch of stuff. It's on my website, all the platforms. I'll leave it in the link in the description below. This episode today, I'm very, very excited about because guess what? It's with a couple of my best friends. It's Joelberg Jimenez. I said Jimenez. He's one of my best friends. I can't even say his name. And Jessie Jetski Johnson. I'm just so excited. I'm flubbing their names because we had a Roadcast, guys. Yes, a long-awaited Roadcast where we got to drive on the way to our gigs at the Tempe Improv. And it was just a good, positive, fun time that made me really miss the road. And I think that you guys will feel that energy from us, that we're just excited to be out and about in a car together. We got tested when we got back, and we're all safe. We did it the right way. And I just want to say I love you guys, and your support with the special and the podcast and everything means a lot. I appreciate all your kind messages. I seen them. Anyway, guys, without me running my mouth anymore, if you'd like to leave a comment below, hit that like button. All that stuff helps, and maybe share with a pal. Thank you so much. And without further ado, please welcome Joelberg Jimenez and Jessie Jetski Johnson to the Jeremiah Wonders Roadcast right here, right now. Well, the audio's been recording.
That's good.
That's interesting.
We'll do an animation.
Yeah, if somebody wants to animate 10 minutes worth, that won't take a long time or
Let's
anything.
just do an animation of Joel in the gas station bathroom.
That would be awesome. If anybody could send an animation of me just shitting my brains out.
For the first 10 minutes.
Maybe I'll actually put this on the back end of the podcast as the bonus feature, brought to you by Stereo. Oh,
wow!
The new Stereo app is coming in hot.
Yeah, are we just gonna continue?
We'll just continue because I liked all the audio and stuff that we said. So I'll just put this on the back end of the podcast as like a bonus thing.
Cool.
Because why not? You know.
I was having some.
I was just talking about how
Sorry.
You're having some what?
Some anxiety, some travel anxiety.
What were you?
Oh my God, guys!
You're having some travel anxiety?
Anxiety?
I think I was.
This is where we're starting the podcast,
anxiety.
by the
Yes,
way. Gage, this is where we're starting the podcast.
Joel's
having travel anxiety.
He's having
anxiety about traveling. What are you having anxiety about, Joel?
Traveling.
Oh, okay.
But mostly in basketball traveling.
Yeah.
I get nervous when I run with the ball and I don't dribble. No, because even before, I didn't really start traveling frequently till we started going with Kill Tony, and like that took me a really long time to get used to. And I got sort of in the groove of it when we would do it often, and got pretty good at it. And then now that it's been a really long time, I feel like I had to sort of cross that line again of like the packing and all that stuff. And
yeah, what's going through your mind like after not being able to go out on the road for so long, like packing that suitcase?
I don't know. I always overpack. I joke that I pack like I'm going to Europe for a month when I'm going to Arizona for 2 nights. Like, it's I don't know. I guess it's a lot of it's just I'm indecisive. So I don't know. I bring like fucking 8 different T-shirts, and I'm probably just gonna end up wearing the same shit the entire time. So it's
probably whatever's most comfy.
Yeah, and when I travel a lot, I remember that, and I go, don't bring all this stuff. You know you're not gonna wear it. But today I brought everything. I even brought my home recording studio gear. So maybe we'll do some of that.
That'd be fun if we can record some music over the weekend. That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Even though it's a short weekend, we're driving. It's on a Friday where we're driving, and then we're doing 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, and then we're driving back on Sunday. So it's going to be a nice, quick weekend. These are actually my favorite kind of weekends to do, but they're rare, like to do the Friday, Saturday, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be, I figured we could maybe like late night after the show, or maybe during the day if we're killing some time, if like, whatever, if I make a beat or something, and then you guys can either hop on, or we could all, I brought my keyboard and like my MPK, so I have like a drum machine and a keyboard and stuff.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And we could sample, like, I don't know, did you bring your trumpet, Jessie?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, this lady never leaves without
Yeah, she
it.
brought her trumpet, and I brought my baby sax.
Well, there you go. Yeah, we can even
soprano
sample
sax.
your guys' sax, put it in the drum machine, and like.
And what's fun about the little soprano sax, it's in the same key as her trumpet, so
Nice.
that's always, it makes it easier on us to be on the same page.
Yeah. It does make it so much easier. We don't have to like, I don't know, it's like speaking the same language. You don't have to translate.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Ha, good callback, Joel.
You're welcome. You're listening to Jeremiah Wonders.
Brought to you by the Stereo.
Brought to you by Stereo.
Brought to you
Stereo.
live, the Stereo app, full surround sound system.
I hate driving by these walls.
You hate driving by the walls?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
tell me about it.
And we're off to the races, folks. We're back in it.
We're off to the races.
We're off to the racist, folks. Checking in. Joel Jimenez live on the field right now.
Hi, Jeremiah. I'm out here. I was just standing by a wall. I'd really like to see what's on the other side. I heard it's freedom, but apparently I can't cross it.
We're out of time, unfortunately.
But I'm not done yet.
Well, I stopped listening the moment you opened your mouth.
You're out of here. That's all I really know baseball. Were you guys doing baseball?
Well, we were doing more weird reporters, I guess, but it did sound like a baseball voice that I was doing. Straight out of the park, Joel Jimenez. Yeah. Wow, this guy really knows how to crank a bat. It is Halloween every day of the year for this guy.
He is safe,
What?
but not sound.
Safe but not sound.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is
I don't want to do this.
the drive-through or semi.
This fucking final destination.
We'll just coast right here.
Yeah.
Weren't we talking about Joel, a movie that's like second to Final Destination, where just nothing happens and everyone gets to where they're going?
That's like you keep thinking like the violins keep swelling and like the strings keep going and stuff like that, and you're like thinking like, oh, is this person gonna get like stabbed through the face right now? And then it's just a safe arrival.
Yeah.
But next time.
I'm starting to, I know you've never podcasted before while driving, Jessie, but I'm starting to really second guess your coordination with like anytime you here. I think I'm gonna have to hold this mic for you and have you like I think it'll be better like if I just do this.
Okay.
Because yeah, this is 10
just
times
ran
better.
over a dog.
Yeah, this is already 10 times better than it was because every time Jessie would go, and another like literally the car would start swerving. And I'm like, okay, well, let's be safe.
Oh man.
Well, it's more just because I'm a woman.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to say that, but you heard it here on the podcast. Out of the baseball park, Jesse Johnson is driving right now.
Oh my god, I was talking to a friend the other day about like famous street jokes and stuff, and some of just like the really funny old ones. But right now, when you said you couldn't drive because you're a woman, Jesse.
Yes.
Do you remember that old joke?
That is correct, Joel. Continue on with your joke.
That's my favorite street joke. No, was the why couldn't Helen Keller drive?
Oh, how come?
Oh, because
She's a woman. Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
I know.
Classic.
I don't believe any of that stuff. I'm clearly joking. Anyway, I'm already like I'm sweaty.
I know. This is a cool, like, I don't even know if these are considered, I guess they're considered mountains right now, but.
It's a cool pile of rocks.
I mean, that's kind of what they look like. They don't feel very
That's funny, but they're
Do you know what I
clearly
mean?
mountains. Like,
They're
I don't know if these
clearly-
are really mountains.
They're
but-
clearly mountains, but they just look too rocky. Like, there's
Yeah.
not, I don't know. When I picture mountains, I picture a little bit more foliage and stuff.
That's true.
But I don't know. I'm just excited to comment on mountains while we're
Wow.
driving in a car. Guys, I haven't seen mountains in so
Oh
long.
my
I forgot
God.
what they looked like.
Yeah, that is the cool part about traveling right now. It's been so long since we've seen any scenery. We're going to see a bunch of cacti soon.
Oh, yeah. My dad always comments that he's like, in Arizona, that's one of the only places with the upright cactus. My dad, anytime
Instead of the flaccid cactus.
yeah, anytime, with the arms like sticking up.
Oh, yeah, the saguaro.
Yeah, so my dad always comments on that. Anytime I say I'm going to Arizona, he like tells me that fact. He's like, that's a very
Did you know
specific cactus to
Did you know
Arizona.
it's a crime to cut them down? Like, you can get years in prison. And,
Because they're like an endangered species or what?
well, they
Is
live
this
like 1,000 years old. But one time there was this guy going around Phoenix with a machete, just like hacking down cactuses.
I think it was Danny Trejo.
It could have
It
been.
was his audition tape for Machete.
They were just sliced in half.
Can't you, if you're stranded in the middle of the desert, can't you open them up and suck water out of them?
You go to jail?
I think they gotta give you some context.
That's your last words. You're like, I was afraid of going to jail, so I didn't break into this cactus. It'd be a crime against humanity in itself. So I'd rather go down being a good person than
I also like how you-
ravaging the cacti.
You said I didn't break into this cactus.
Yeah, breaking and entering into a cactus.
The cat burglar. Yeah.
Did someone say cactus? So stupid.
Oh, man.
I never got to do that character. That would be a fun one.
That's interesting. Oh yeah, we've never had you do that.
Oh, were you gone recently when we did it? Like a while
I
ago?
think so.
Yeah.
I think that was when I was in COVID.
oh yeah, that might have been it.
Deep in the COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep in the COVID.
Deep in the COVID.
I was just thinking, you reminded me because there's always those sort of, maybe some of them are urban, like maybe just myths, but those crimes that we always hear, like chopping down a cactus, you go to jail, or shooting like the California state bird, or
There's one in Arizona about you can only have 5. You can't have like more than. It's either more than one or you can't have more than 5 dildos in one household.
That's a real law?
Yeah, like you. I don't know if you want to get on your phone, but you guys should look it up. 'cause
5 dildos. I got my dad, my brother. They're a bunch of fucking dildos, dude.
I think it's more than
Dude,
one.
but
You
those
can't
are
have more than
organic,
one.
dude.
Yeah. You can have organic
What would you
dildos.
call an organic dildo?
Your
just a
dill
dad-
pickle.
Just a dick or a dill pickle. Vegetables.
Vegetables.
Like the actual, not the cucumber emoji, just an actual cucumber.
What if that's what
funny.
vegans called cucumbers?
Or eggplant.
Dildos.
Wait, nobody's sending the cucumber emoji when they want sex.
Or ripping the tag off the mattress is like one of the,
Oh yeah, why
That's like
is
a
that
joke
a thing?
in so many. Well, if you read the fine print, it says unless by the person who buys the mattress. But
Well,
I
that
guess
makes sense.
But I don't know. What a weird. There's a bunch of. I like that. There's a bunch of weird laws.
Yeah,
Like-
they had to make them because somebody did it and it messed things up.
Man.
I don't know what that lady in Arizona did with 5 dildos, but it really ruined it for the rest of us.
Yeah. What about owning? It's very weird. Why not? Why 5? Because You could use one 5 times, so it's technically.
I think you can have more than one, but no, maybe it's just something my parents told me growing up.
Our daughter will not have more than one dildo.
But like, what if it's like, like for me, I'm from Kansas. I was given on my 13th birthday, I was given a double barrel 20 gauge shotgun from my grandpa. What if that's like in some areas, like when you turn 13, the mom gives a dildo to her daughter?
That would be awesome.
Like this was passed down from generation to generation in the Johnson family.
Oh my god, the Johnson too is such a funny like.
The Johnson family dildo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so
The new
gross.
TV series, Johnson Family Dildo.
The old
coming to
grandmother
CBS.
and her grandmother before her used this dildo. We've
And
kept it.
Her grandfather before her.
Well, we had one little effeminate grandfather in the Johnson family. It's okay. We've talked about it. We've settled. We're okay now. He did procreate. Luckily, you're here right now. It's all good.
I
You
looked
wouldn't
up a
be here
list of.
without that
I looked
dildo.
up a list of weird laws.
Okay.
Some of them are not that weird, but like Vermont banning clotheslines. So in 2009, Vermont made it illegal for groups like neighborhood associations to ban clotheslines.
What?
2, you can't throw rocks at trains in Wisconsin.
Well, you won't see me in Wisconsin then.
Yeah, I know. And then Arizona, this one's topical. You can't make fake drugs in Arizona.
You can't make fake drugs.
Yeah, so in Arizona, you cannot manufacture or distribute imitation controlled substances, So
Dude, that's hilarious because it had a big meth problem.
Blasphemy is still illegal in Michigan.
Oh, interesting.
That's crazy. It's a
So if
misdemeanor.
you're saying like F God
Yeah,
or do
yeah.
that, then you can get a fine in the middle of public. Like that supersedes the freedom of speech, I guess.
Damn, that's
Whoa.
weird. That's weird. That seems like it violates like separation of church and state like laws, but
Oh, they do stuff a little bit different around Michigan.
you can't bite while boxing in Utah.
That should be a law.
I mean, that should be everywhere,
Yeah.
dude. But that's probably happened after the Evander Holyfield match with Mike Tyson.
Swearing at sports events is illegal in Massachusetts.
Oh, well, see, they probably had to outlaw that because that's such a problem with Bostonians
Like Red
and stuff
Sox
like that.
games and shit.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine going to a Red Sox or Patriots game or something?
Just
They
the
might just-
racial slurs alone.
They might just have it like if somebody gets in a drunken fight
Yeah.
and they want to slam them with more
Oh.
misdemeanors.
Yeah,
like-
for sure. But it's weird because it says if you're over 16. So I wonder, like,
So you can curse if you're under 16?
yes, I guess so. Yeah. So you just pass on whatever you want your kid to yell, and he'll.
I feel like a bunch of kids got on each other's shoulders and put a judge uniform on and made that law.
I love that. It's one of my favorite techniques in like a kids movie is when kids sneak in on each other's shoulders.
Yeah, did you guys ever do that?
No, I was always,
Have you ever done that, Jesse?
my knees are too weak.
I would always have to be the bottom of that situation.
This kid's got long legs.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I
I'm
can't
already actually, if I ever did it, like even as a teenager, then the kid would have been like 7 feet tall. 'Cause I've always been,
Now
been
that's
tall.
a movie, dude. The kid makes it into the NBA. like,
Dude,
The kids.
that's so fun. A whole movie predicated on that. It's like he moves so weird, but it just he looks like a praying mantis while he's running down the court. Like his
Oh my
his
god.
jersey's really baggy. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, I was like picturing how the uniform how they'd even fit in that uniform.
Dude. Dude, we gotta make a
That's
series
pretty rough,
of
Bob.
situations of like this person like being taken seriously in the real world.
he's there for a meeting, like to sign the NBA contract.
He's like trying not to hit his head over the archway of the
you
door.
hear him
But it's
sneeze
two-
from his chest.
You guys keep saying him, but it's two people.
well,
at
yeah,
least.
You're right. Oh, that'd be
You think there's a stocky woman enough to be the bottom of that
the
situation?
first woman to ever be in the NBA.
It's called Joanna Men.
That's the sequel. It's a man on the bottom. What would be more productive? Being the man on top if you're trying to play basketball, or being the man on the bottom? Because you have to have good footwork too.
Yeah, and I mean, not to go here, but if you get a boner while you're sitting on the woman's shoulders.
What? You just hit her in the back of the head with it?
Wait.
Actually, it just kills her. It goes through her vertebrae. Just
like Species, like the movie Species.
a dick through the eye.
Oh my god.
Wait, are you picturing this basketball player as adults or kids?
No, adults. This is full on NBA. This is a
No, it's a kid. We're talking about kid boners on shoulders and stuff right now.
What if it's both? Why are you assuming they're both the same age? Maybe it's a kid's. The top half is a kid.
It's an Adam Sandler movie about him getting back with his son, bonding with his son to get him into the NBA.
Why do I feel like we could pitch this as a Sandler movie?
dude.
Oh, it would
and
totally
he'd be like,
sell.
All right, I'm listening. Okay.
It's called Bigger Nicky.
Dude, that's hilarious. I'm just imagining the movie. It's so funny.
just the whole premise, just everybody buying into it so much.
Yeah, I know what it is. So this guy shows up to the court, like say in Venice Beach, and he gets like dominated by these guys, and they're like, "Yo, come back." Okay. They're like, "Yo, come."
Hey man.
No.
Joel
Here's what you guys know.
Stop
This guy's Asian actually, but he's just from the streets. He's like, "Yo, man, come back when you grow up, son." And then the guy goes away, and he's like, "I'll show you." And then he goes home. He's talking to his dad, and he's like,
in that first scene, he has to mention something like, "You're too short to play."
yeah, he's like, "Yeah, oh, come back when you learn how to ball, little man."
Yeah.
And he's like, and then he's driving home, and he just keeps seeing like the montage of the guy going, "Little man, little man," and then he's like, maybe he drives by like one of those wind blower machines that kind of dance like this, and he's like, and then he like starts thinking because it's like they're really tall, and he's like, and then
he sees a man like on a ladder.
Does he go to the
he's a man on a ladder. We could have a montage of the things that
There's a guy that walks by on stilts. He's like, "Oh."
yeah. He sees a dude like in a trench coat.
But he sees the guy on stilts. You know how there's always that huge amount of separation, like that's like the long pants. He sees him fixing the stilts, so he sees the guy arranging like the stilts. So he sees behind the man behind the curtain kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like he keeps hearing in his mind, "Too short, too short." And then "Too Short's Blow the Whistle" starts playing. I go on and on. Can't understand how I last so long. I must have superpowers.
And the whole time his son's in the back seat, like getting no attention from his dad. Just holding a basketball.
Yeah.
Like wishing he could play hoops with his dad.
So I guess we gotta and So he finally thinks about it, and he's like, "I know how I could like connect these two, spend time with my kids." Because he's now okay. So he's got to be the face of this, whatever it is. So
He's on the kid's shoulders?
no, I didn't know there was a kid involved. In my scenario, he's got like a taller buddy who like he goes home, they're like smoking weed or whatever,
Or
watching TV.
But maybe it's the classic bully nerd rivalry where he helps him with his studies. so the bully will help him with his skills as being a basketball player, and then they actually become real friends through
at
that.
the end they realize they needed each other.
They needed
to
each other.
succeed. Yeah, okay.
I don't know why I love the idea so much that they're two like children in elementary school and they dupe the whole NBA.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just thinking about
Yeah.
it. That's like too much like Mike, the Bow Wow movie where he puts the shoes
That's
on
what
and he
I'm
goes to the
thinking
NBA. I think it's funnier if it's in two adults on each other's
That is
shoulders
so true.
and they're a 7 foot set, like 5 guy.
Did you ever see the movie Like Ike? It's just Ike Turner beating the crap out of Tina Turner
out of little
on a
Bow
basketball
Wow.
court while Lil Bow Wow raps in the background, like Ike.
Yeah.
But he's Bow Wow now.
Yeah.
Domestic violence. Anyway, yeah. So this guy makes it to the NBA and then they win the championship.
I love it,
Dude, I would watch that.
dude.
Probably more than once.
I would listen to it on the
You know, one
on
of
the
the- one of the-
stereo.
One of the wacky things that could happen is he shows up and somehow like the uniforms like are late to the game, and he's like, "Oh no, like I gotta be naked in the shower." It's like there'll be the shower scene, so he like goes in with like a towel around the bottom guys.
He has like a strap on, like so he can like fit in with the other like adults that are in the locker room, just like packing heat.
Yeah,
like underneath the towel.
It's just the other guy's arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a fist, man. Make a fist.
Make a fist.
Or like, you know those showers that are sort of opaque, but you could see the shadow?
Yeah.
That would be the scene, like, right? Like you just see this big shadow and the arm.
Unfortunately,
just comes up.
I've stayed in rooms with Joel where the shower is like that, and I've seen the monstrosity that is between his legs.
I pressed my ass up against the glass. I was in Australia, I think, was.
Yeah,
maybe
that
there's
was
a
funny.
little man under there, Jeremiah.
Yeah, maybe
you ever
this
think
is
Joel's two men?
Maybe art imitates life, dude.
This is how Joel comes out to us as two men. He separates like one of those Russian dolls, like right now. Like he takes off the bottom half and he's like, "Hey guys,
That's why it took me so long to poop, because I was pooping for two. Pooping for two.
You don't know how many people out there that are two men.
That's true.
Right? They always talk about when women are pregnant, they're eating for two, but we never talk about how they're dumping for two.
Yeah.
How they're just taking the fattest dukes right now. You know what I'm saying?
I would love at some point before this show is over. There's this Beastie Boys song where all three Beastie Boys say, one of them says, in stereo, in stereo, in stereo. And then we go for the app. Anyway, all right.
In stereo.
In stereo.
In stereo.
So it's stereo, in stereo.
I love stereo
What an
app.
app.
I casually mentioned to Jessie and Joel that I might be sprinkling some stereo apps brought to you by, and they, just like a true bandwagon and got on board.
Hell yeah. I love shouting out sponsors.
Well, they support the show. You know?
Yeah, it's
cool.
That's a pretty cool app too. Like, I joined in on Jessie and Mitch. We're doing an episode, and then
that was so cool.
Our buddy Los Digits was telling me I should get on there because he's had a couple really like fun ones. I guess a lot of people can tune in and stuff, but
Yeah, you get call-ins. So Mitch and I were talking, and then we got this call-in, and it was Joel, and it was really exciting. Then I was like, oh, I know him.
Yeah, just the voicemail messaging capabilities of leaving messages I like a lot.
Yeah.
oh my god, I can imagine some of the fucked up stuff that people send on those voicemails though.
Well, I've done I've done a handful with Jeff Ross, like one where I was Joe Exotic, one where I was Trump, one where I was Biden. And
that probably sounds good through the app because that filter almost makes it even more real.
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. It's just a little emoji that you're talking through anyway. So it's kind of cool because it masks
Yeah, it's like a cartoon.
just a little bit. Yeah, so it's like a little cartoon.
My
It's
dog
kinda cool.
came in the room while I was on the podcast and started chewing on a squeak toy, and my avatar emoji was like moving like it was talking while the squeaking was happening.
Oh, that's funny. What about a dog movie where the dog stands on another dog's shoulders?
Oh, I love that.
And he wins the what's the horse racing fucking the Kentucky Derby.
Oh my God, Joel, write that down.
Two dogs on each other's shoulders in the horse suit, and their owners riding them in the Kentucky Derby.
That is amazing. That's like
That movie pitch is called Air Dud.
you're dead.
It's called Nah. I don't know. Fucking A. What the hell?
Man, I miss doing this. I miss just riffing in cars on the road.
That should have been the name of the podcast.
What?
Riffing in cars on the road.
Riffing? Oh, rather than Roadcast?
Yeah, it's way catchier, don't you think?
I'll talk to corporate, and you know what? We'll get back to you as soon as possible, Jessie.
Yeah.
Can you edit that part out?
No, sure. We're
Damn,
about.
I was I've not laughed that hard in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what was kind of crazy is we kind of. I didn't take things for granted ever, but I definitely am more grateful for being able to do stand-up and go on the road and stuff like that when it got taken away. Like, just the fact that we're able to do this weekend, it's been so long since we've been able to travel together anywhere, and I don't know, it's just, it's pretty cool. I'm like looking at trains right now as Jessie's driving. It's just, it's amazing just to be out of the house right now.
That-
And hopefully the people who are watching or listening to this feel like they're traveling with us, which is kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Yeah.
And you are, guys. You're right here. They just can't see you because you're in the trunk, but you're definitely on this journey with us.
We have a GoPro of Red Band in the
We're going to cut to our trunk correspondent.
That'd be so great. We just have tied up in the trunk. Red Band is just back there, like with a GoPro.
Dude, that'd be fun to fake and edit it in, like later on, like someone in the trunk with a GoPro.
A trunk
just
cam?
like, yeah, what's up, guys?
That'd be great.
Uh,
All right, let's look for
We should do it for real though.
yeah, let's put Jessie in the trunk.
Yeah, let's
Have you guys
kidnap
ever
somebody.
been in a trunk? I feel like you have, Jeremiah.
I have.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
We've all been in a trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a car trunk, not a truck trunk.
Oh,
like a-
trunk sounds scarier
A
than a
truck
car
trunk.
trunk.
Well, you mean like a pickup
Like
bed with a
that.
covering?
No, like a
Yeah.
Houdini fucking trunk where they put you in and then throw you in the ocean so you have to escape from the straitjacket and make it out alive before you die.
You've been in one of those?
No, I've never been in one of those.
Me
I was saying
either.
that would be way more scarier than being in a trunk of a car.
terrifying.
Car trunk is the scariest. I
Car
think.
trunk is pretty close quarter. I had to do
Sometime.
some time.
in a trunk.
And I spent 6 months in a trunk one
Whoa.
time with Jamar Neighbors and Willie Hunter. We did this shoot for Roast Battle as a commercial
Oh, I remember
for
that.
a car, and we were supposed to pop out of the trunk, and it was so tight in
Yeah.
that car. Three
Especially with
grown
you
men.
guys,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I think it was in a Challenger or something like that, so it actually fit. It fit us.
I remember that. That was for the Comedy Central show, right? Like,
Yeah, they were doing like
Ads.
promos and ads and stuff with them.
man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just trip on that, like the way it was. I mean, I was lucky to go to the last one and I think one other one at the House of Blues, but
Yeah.
man, just thinking about being with crowds and like I thought
Oh,
about
dude,
going
it
to
was-
concerts the other day. Like, man, I really can't. Okay, here's a question: would you guys, if they said we have to quarantine for 2 months, but then this shit's gone, would you do it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. If it
How
was,
about 4 months?
if
What's
it-
the most?
dude, honestly, if it was like a finite answer,
Yeah,
I would do it for
that's
sure.
true. I guess
The hard thing is like the opening and the closing again. That's when I think people start getting stir crazy and start feeling like their freedom is being messed with. Is when it's not. It's like, all right, you have a curfew now, or you have to lock down now. But we might be having to do it again in a month from now. Like I don't think people like that the back and forth. I think people just want to have that answer, like what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
I want things back open. Like just tell them. I think that's why Florida just is just like, no, we're just open. We're just
damn.
like we're over this.
Yeah.
You know, I think people are just tired, and obviously, it's just hard.
Yeah,
But
it's
we we can change the subject. It's one of those things where like we talk about it so much. Like
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
people
I would
to
just-
not have to
I don't even know how that came
think
up.
about
I
it.
don't-
No. Oh, we're just talking about like
Oh, being in a truck.
well, it's just
feeling
it's,
trapped, I guess. That's
Yeah.
what
yeah,
made me
feeling
think
trapped,
about
like
that.
contained
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It is cool to reminisce, just kind of like when you think about like going on the road and doing different gigs and different stuff like that. Like that is something that put into perspective for me with this quarantine stuff going on is, I've actually like I've done some cool stuff like
Mhm.
within comedy. Like that, it's kind of because you start thinking and analyzing of like stuff over the years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously able to still do comedy in, the new ways that it's being done. But I also really like all the time I've gotten. Like, not having to go into work full time.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, you get
You-
to use all 5 dildos now.
all 5 of them because I live in California now.
Yeah.
And
That's why you made the move.
California laws, you have to have at least 5
You needed
But-
2 U-Haul trucks.
I love it. And then, I got my dog and just go
U-Haul
on
sounds
hikes.
so sexual
Yeah.
along with dildos.
Yeah.
U-Haul and dildo.
Oh. Yeah. Forensic drug testing. Wow. Sometimes it's stem cell revolution. There's a bunch of I always trip on these like businesses out in these
Oh,
like
in the middle of
stretches
nowhere?
highway. Yeah, it's really interesting, and I think about the people that work there and stuff. And,
Yeah.
Such a I don't know. It's weird because being like a city guy myself, I couldn't like this stuff feels like so removed from what I'm used to, but also I'm sure there is a bit of a piece of having such like a more simple life.
Yeah, my grandma and grandpa used to live in Tonopah, Arizona, which we'll pass like on the way. And it's a little town just in the middle of the desert right next to a nuclear plant. And it's just like they were on this big plot of desert land and go shoot golf balls out there. And
I've noticed Joel specifically and Jessie too, just when we've been playing for some of the shows at the store, that I feel like we have been sounding a little bit tighter, just with because we've had more downtime.
Yeah.
Like I think that I'd like to think we've become, I guess it has been already like 7-8 months, so we should be better musicians than we were like 7-8 months ago. But it's kind of exciting. Just like I've been taking time to learn piano, learn piano and stuff like that.
while you learn to talk.
And while I learn to talk, like, and it's hard to do two things at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's kind of encouraging just that if you apply yourself like in certain ways, like with the downtime, like I've been learning a lot. I don't know, it's just kind of exciting.
I was just laughing at the
Exciting.
sign on that truck, Jeremiah. It reminded me of an old joke of yours.
Oh yeah, well,
Whatever.
oh yeah. That, this is the joke. Oh, I forget.
Did I do it?
Yeah. If you remember the wording.
I asked a girl what her sign was. It turns out it was wide load. It never.
Oh no! It was the setup was. I used to date fat girls. It's like this like sleazy comedian character that I do occasionally. I used to date fat girls. I asked this girl, you know, what's your sign? She said Sagittarius. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's wide load. Those.
Oh, it's so dumb. But that thing said oversized load.
Yeah, oversized load.
Just sort of.
Anytime I hear the word load, I think of Earl Skakel. Just oversized load.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you guys want to take some questions from some of the listeners?
Sure.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
This next segment is called Fanning Out, and it's brought to you by the Stereo app.
Fanning out questions from fans.
Do you want to pull up the Instagram post?
Yeah, for sure. Also, we're an hour and 23 minutes away from Albert Tacos, our tradition. Whenever we drive from LA to Arizona, we always stop there on the recommendation of our friend Rick Costa. And I'm so excited about it. Let's see, Instagram.
Yeah, if you want to be in control, since I'm
Sure.
literally have both hands.
Yeah, you got it.
Kind of. I was
It's
like,
just under the photo thing that you posted.
yeah, that's where
Cool.
the most questions are. That, and then you can pull up the Twitter tab
Okay.
after you start on Instagram. I
You
think there's
got
more
it.
questions there. At Jeremiah Stand Up on social media, at Jetski Johnson on social media, and at Mostly Sorry. If you're not following us, you're doing it wrong, guys. But we appreciate you listening or watching this roadcast. If you don't follow us on other platforms, we appreciate you.
Let's see.
While you're pulling up a question, I'm excited, Jessie, you brought your ornaments
I did.
to sell in Tempe. I think that people will dig them. It's actually perfect timing. It's literally, I know they're anytime ornaments, but it is also Christmas coming up.
Somebody sent me some money on Venmo, like basically payment for an ornament, and then wrote, I heard about your ornaments, but I'm a Hasidic Jew, and I really just can't even have them, but I really appreciate you, and my rabbi would kill me if I got one.
Oh, wow. They're very, yeah, if they're, you know, they're
I
very
thought
by
that
the
was
book. That's
really
very nice,
sweet,
though.
yeah, that they reached out and everything. But yes, they're anytime ornaments.
Wait, what happened? What happened? I zoned out because I was reading. You said something about a rabbi.
Yeah, Hasidic Jew paid for an ornament, basically.
Oh, but didn't have one.
But didn't want to accept
that's
it because,
cool.
yeah, they're just a supporter of
Here's
Jetski.
a question for Jessie. Is Jetski actually your sister? I'm an avid Kill Tony fan, but still confused.
Oh, it's for me?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we've cleared this up.
Yeah, you're my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the next question, Joel?
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, we've been brother and sister for a long time.
Pretty
I mean,
much my whole life.
Pretty much. So you can't take that away from us.
Damn.
You are like a big brother to me, Jeremiah.
You're like a little sister to me.
you are a big brother to me.
you are. You're my little sister.
But you've like paved a way for me, you know?
You know, I used to pave driveways, and now I pave
Ways.
This one's interesting.
just ways.
What's the first band / musician you got really obsessed with?
Weird Al.
Weird Al?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been one of mine too. I'm like, maybe Green Day. Like Dookie was maybe like my first.
I had the Weird Al CD on my sister's Discman. You know, like the
A Discman?
The Jewish Discman.
Do you have one of those Discmans?
Yeah, I think maybe I was really obsessed with that Mariah Carey Boyz II Men song, One Sweet Day.
It's called All I Want for Christmas, Joel.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I have. There's a handful of bands that I had their CDs, or my brother had their CDs. That I would steal. Our brother. Linkin Park was one of. I love Linkin Park. I love The Offspring. I remember hearing The Offspring and just being like, "This sounds so cool and just gnarly."
I love them.
My friend's got a girlfriend and he hates that bitch. Like, oh my God, did you just say that?
I know, just like, what's happening right now? This guy's insane. And Red Hot Chili Peppers, I have always loved. A lot of alternative rock and different stuff like that. And then different, I mean, the Beatles, obviously. But there was Fleetwood Mac was a big best of album that my mom would play, as well as Steve, the Steve Miller Band.
Yeah.
We had his best of, their best of, which is just so many. Like, I've listened to Fly Like an Eagle so many times. It's just a great feel-good song. And I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker.
We used to listen to that Jewel cassette tape. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, what?
That was huge.
It was like,
That was when she was huge.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I would say probably. I mean, the first tape I ever bought, I split the Dookie tape with my cousin. Like we were at Target and we asked our parents if they could like go in on half on it, and buy it for us, and then we shared that. But I think I ended up like keeping it more often. Bone Thugs, I really liked it. Like probably too young of an age.
Dude, I had all Will Smith's albums.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The first
even
CD
the like early stuff like
No, I had Millennium, and then
Gotcha.
I had the whatever the other one was. Big Willie
Big
Style.
Willie Style, yeah.
I had those. I remember like purchasing those in person. And it was like, oh, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. I can't leave those guys out. I mean, I was freaking that boy band phase was like, I loved all those boy bands.
This is a lot of people don't know this. I was a juggalo for a little while.
Were you really?
What?
Yeah, I have a
didn't know
photo
that.
somewhere. Yeah, from.
Have you ever said that?
Not really. I was gonna write an article, like I was gonna write a blog thing called like I was a teenage juggalo, because like I was into it for quite a while, dude. Like
Did you feel like it was a close-knit community that you could just kind of identify with?
well, what happened was I attribute it to the fact that I was going to Catholic school. I felt different from everybody else. Everybody else was into like Ja Rule and like Ashanti and shit at the time, and I was like, when I found that, I was like, oh, this is like something different. It was also like the CD I got was like the Amazing Jekyll Brothers, which had like this like fire like guy on the front, and I was like, this is cool. This is like alternative, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it just sort of, I was looking for direction because I felt different than all my friends in Catholic school, and I don't know, I got really into it, and like there was like a bit of a community back. This is back when there was like a Juggalo hotline that you would call. This guy would do like, it was basically like an answering machine message, but he would do like news, and he would have contests where if you answered a question, you would like win like an ICP comic book or something. So I would leave messages, and like this is pre kind of internet sort of.
Did you ever win anything?
Yeah, I won a comic book one time. Yeah, they sent it to me. It was cool. And then later on, when I kind of got out of it, they had hit me up to be in like a video, like a music video for them. And by this point, I had sort of already outgrown that phase. There was a period where they were canceling a lot of the shows that they were supposed to do in LA. So after a while, I sort of felt like disillusioned. I was like, oh, I put all this like effort into this, and then they keep canceling shows and stuff, which who knows why, but
Have you guys ever done juggalos as band characters?
Have we done what, juggalos? No, we were ICP, me and Pat, one time, and it was one of the craziest because the makeup took so long.
Yeah, that's a crazy makeup job.
And but I have a photo somewhere, so I need to look for the picture, and then once I find the photo, maybe I'll talk about it on my podcast or something a little bit.
Yeah,
deeper.
that's
But
awesome, dude.
It did sort of through them. I found out about that band, the Cottonmouth Kings, and then I ended up working for them. I was like an intern at their record label.
I saw Tech 9 and the Cottonmouth Kings in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, that seems like it's huge out there
bro.
too. Yeah,
that's where Tech 9's from.
Oh,
so
my
like that
God.
concert, like he had 15 women come up on stage when he has the song I'm a player, I'm a player, I'm a player, instead of Amadeus.
Yeah.
And dude, he had girls lined up, like 15 of them, just like whipping boobs out and stuff, just because he would just like point at them and then they'd be like
boobs out.
He's backstage with all these women like, okay, now when I point at you, you're gonna whip your boobs.
Yeah. Whip out them titties, girl.
whip out them.
Damn, yeah, Tech 9's dope.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Reliant K was a band that they are a Christian, like, alternative rock band.
Yeah, I remember the name.
And then they went kind of more what you call secular. And I loved that band.
Like Lifehouse, they also did that, right?
There's a lot of groups that
MXPX was also sort of that, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think they were like a Christian band that.
Yeah,
Blindside.
Because I just liked them because it sounded just like real music, and it wasn't like Lord Hallelujah.
Yeah. Did you ever hear?
Like that's not even a real song that I just sang, but it sounds like every hymnal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it is a real song because God put it in your brain, so you know.
Thank you so much, Joel.
Have you ever heard of Dogwood?
No.
They were they're a Christian band. They were more like straight up Christian band, but they had some pretty good songs that even I was like, you know, I mean, whatever. I was involved with I was born again for a few years, and I remember I went to this cool church, so we had all these we had some really good music acts come through there, like some good rappers, and I went to a few hardcore shows that were like Christian hardcore shows that were pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I still had. I got this CD for this like local band, and I really liked them, and I lost it, and they were so local that I'll never be able to find that again.
Yeah, we've been given some vinyl and stuff on the road from local bands.
Yeah.
Which it's just cool. It's just cool to have that kind of stuff because I don't know how, you know, what kind of syndication or anything they've ever gotten played, but it's great music.
For sure.
It's just kind of cool to appreciate other people's art when they come.
I liked
like
when
knowing,
you did that.
Like, you know, coming to shows and stuff like that. Like when we could do a lot of meet and greets and stuff. Like that's when we would really get to know people. It was dope.
I liked when you were playing that stuff on your show sometimes. Like that was cool. I bet they really enjoyed that. You know, it means a lot to people. Man, I have trouble with that. I mean, I've been making music on my own, and that's a really scary thing to put out there. Like when it's done, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we recorded some stuff in the studio that I'm still going back to Ventura to polish off.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you struggle with that where you're sort of excited and nervous to let people hear it because then the critiques kind of come in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited. The music video, the comedy music video that we shot, that will come out. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I'm just excited to get that out because the editing and the shooting took so long on that one because we wanted to make it look really nice. So it's kind of different with my regular, just non-comedy music that we like record in the studio. So we'll see. I don't know.
I can't wait to see that one.
I'm excited. Have you heard any of the songs, Jessie?
Man. Oh, I'll have to play you the two. I mean, we got a long. I'll have to play you my music where you're trapped in a car with me, Jessie.
I'll be doing the same whenever. Yeah.
But
I want to hear it.
All right. Yeah, we can listen to it a little bit later. What's the next question, Joel?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Somebody just asked for an update on Pat. So I'll say I saw him 2 days ago. He's got a baby. He's doing well. Everything's good. You know, most of your conspiracy theories about everything are wrong. Fans. Anyway, it's hard. The Instagram thing is mostly, a lot of it is character ideas. So I'm having trouble sort of finding questions.
Oh yeah, anytime anytime I ask for scene or character suggestions on Jeremiah Wonders, it's for an improv scene that I would like to do for the show, but people always take it as
For the
band
band.
characters.
Yeah.
But I'm literally just like, what's a situation you'd like us to riff on, like while we're in the car?
Oh man.
But it's all good if.
Here we go.
Oh, did this guy really just stop traffic just because?
Should we pick him up?
Yeah, let's circle back.
No, let's get out of the car, pick him up, and put him down, and then get back in the car and leave.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, hug him, raise him up in the air, and then set him back down.
You could,
yeah,
he could get on Jeremiah's shoulders, and then the movie begins,
oh, opening
Oh my
credits.
God.
Roll.
dude. You pick up a guy on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So
This ride was available to you by and brought to you by the Stereo app.
I saw a question on there that was like the vroom vroom chant and the Joelberg chant. It was something about that, but I was actually wondering, one, how come you don't have a chant, Jeremiah? Two, what would it be if you had one? And also an extra part is how come you stopped playing Careless Whisper?
Wow, 3-parter.
I'm dying to ask it.
Oh, the first part, I've always turned down chants. They wanted to do it, but I was like, the goal would be, I also didn't want to take that, like, Joel's chant came organically, and I felt
Yeah.
like people were trying to force a chant for me, and yours came organically with the vroom vroom,
Yeah.
you know? So I've just, like, I never really wanted that for myself personally, just because I was like, oh, that's Joel's thing, and then, like, you have your thing, and I'm like, there's no point. The Careless Whisper thing, there's a lot of stuff that I do that I will phase out on the show because it's just taken place. Like, we've been doing the show like what, over 6 years now. We've
Yeah.
Joel, like,
no, I think we're like 4.5, almost 5 now,
yeah,
something like that.
it got to be like pretty close to there. I want to say over 5.
Yeah,
for
maybe
myself.
I've lost. Yeah, I'll look it up later.
And you're just like a month or two behind me, as far as that goes. But
It
there's
was
a
almost
lot of
like your catchphrase.
yeah, but it's also I also felt like I felt a little bit hacky after a while doing it because there's the guy who made it popular is this guy, you know, other than George Michaels. George Michael. The sexy sax man. He literally would go out into public places and play Careless Whisper. And I actually ended up meeting him.
He didn't like you, right?
I think that he was like, this guy's biting my style a little bit, which is it's fair because he made something.
Fight.
Like, I met him at one of Jeff Ross's parties. He just knows a lot of like people like and like Kai Arns like through the art scene and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I met the dude and I ran into him at different airports, and he's super nice. Like, sometimes I'd run into him and he'd be like, oh, do you have your sax on you? I'm like, no, I was doing a stand-up gig. And he'd be like, oh, okay.
Hilarious.
Oh, interesting.
He's like, well, I got mine. He pulls it out of his ass.
He's such a better sax player than me too. He's a true pro, you know.
Yeah.
I happen to be, you know, a professional comedian who is an amateur sax player. That's kind of where I'm at, like, realistically with my skill level. Like, I know my lane. You know what I mean? It's very much comedian first, musician second. But that's a long winded answer of there's other things that I phased out like many times over the years. I used to do this thing a lot. I'd say it's back on.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And then I stopped doing that. I just phase things out because I feel like they run their course, and then I want there to be on to the next thing, like, you know, like the new, like, Dr. Redman. Like, I want
love
like
that.
new updated things, and then people,
And
you know,
Red
they
Band
can miss
impressions.
things. Oh, dude,
That's my new
impressions.
favorite segment.
Yeah, Red Band impressions is great.
One time I thought a good chant would be like Jeremiah, dun 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 dun, Jeremiah.
So, one of my favorite high school memories is that chant, what you just did right
Whoa.
now. So I was at a football game, and this is so, like, ridiculous.
You were
but
on another guy's shoulders. You guys were winning the game.
yeah, exactly. I was nose tackle. I just broke it through. I just sacked the quarterback. Okay.
It's the tallest football player we've ever seen.
Yeah. He's 9 feet tall. It's crazy. So I used to be at the football games, I would be a shirtless guy that would wear short shorts and paint my face and really go all out.
Nice.
And no matter what the weather was. So I was like, I was like basically a super fan from the crowd. And I remember there's these two hot girls that were leaning up against the fence and
whipping their titties up,
whipping their boobs out. And I look back at my friends like, I'm gonna hit on these girls. And I start kind of doing like dumb like muscular poses and stuff.
Yeah.
And my buddy started the chant. He starts going, Jeremiah, and then everybody sees what I'm doing, and I have this little drum with me, and I start kind of like kind of humping like the drum and like and like walking towards these two hot girls that were like could care less about me, but they're like kind of laughing and stuff. The whole crowd at this high school football game starts chanting Jeremiah, while I'm like, comedically hitting on these two girls.
Of course, yeah.
And
I could see it.
Obviously it didn't go anywhere, but like the girls were laughing, and it was just like this silly moment.
Like one of them was my wife.
One of them was my wife, and that's how we fell in love. Was at a football game with everybody supporting me.
Yeah. She took a chance on me.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I was like waiting for the wordplay, and then it hit me. I was like, okay, all right. Duly noted.
Okay, I want to answer this. It's kind of, I'm sort of not feeding into trolls, but I want to answer this. Joel, why do you always interrupt and derail the show? I don't mean it. I'm taking comedic chances, and sometimes when you take comedic chances, it's hit or miss, and you do your best. I sort of have compared it to like a pitcher. Like I'm throwing 100, and sometimes I hit the batter, and I don't mean to hit the batter, but when you're throwing fast and you're throwing so many pitches, it's sometimes you miss. I mean, we see it with comics, with movies, and I don't specifically do it to like out of malicious intent to derail anything. I'm just comedy's super subjective, and sometimes what I think is gonna be funny isn't, and it just, you don't know until you do it. So that's my answer.
It's
to that.
also and what I'll say on that, like anybody who thinks that anybody's trying to derail the show, that's just ridiculous. First of all, if you look closely to the show, like if you're really wanting to get nerdy, like behind the scenes about the show, sometimes it takes somebody saying something off the wall, perhaps like Joel will chime something in that will set off the next 5 minutes of riffs and bits that were completely unforeseen had it been a conventional just Q&A and interview going on with the comic on stage. So I'm always for like random things being said, because that's where you can improv, and it gives you a springboard to riff off of different things.
Yeah,
it really elevates everybody, because you kind of push the limits, and then it gets me out of my comfort zone, because I'm like, if Joel's gonna go that far, then I can say what's in my head. I can get out of my comfort zone, and I feel more comfortable to take more risks, and it pays off.
Yeah, it's like a free environment to just create, that's what you want.
That's what it makes it when you take those risks. Exactly. It makes it like a safe space, dude. Just try out whatever's in your head and create.
Here's a funny one. What does Chroma Chris smell like? I imagine he smells like a crisp new dollar bill.
Chroma Chris has smelled good every single interaction I've ever had with him.
Yeah.
He kind of he's very well kempt. He smells maybe like a cologne or maybe a pomade, would you say?
Yes, I would say absolutely a pomade. Maybe like, he wakes up at 6 a.m. every morning. So he showers, he seems fairly
He's very
clean.
well put together, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. All of these are not to toot my own horn. Question for Joel: how has the podcast adventure been for you so far? What have you learned or changed these past few months? Have a great trip, guys. Greetings from Holland. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Somebody from Holland.
And don't feel like you're hogging questions. I specifically asked. I said questions for Jessie and Joel.
Okay.
So like I'm like this. I'm on my own podcast every week, so I'd like for people to ask you guys the questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I the podcast adventure has been good, man. It's just that. It's an adventure. It's like now that I can interview people and stuff, it's a whole nother thing that I'm learning, and I knew it was gonna be a lot of work. What's weird about it is like you do a podcast because you want to make your own schedule, but then you end up being stuck to that schedule that you made for yourself. So I basically put myself in a thing where now I have to, even though it's fun work, it definitely is work. So, but I knew that from watching my friends and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's been, what I'm trying to learn now is how to just let go, like stop. I'm judging myself on my own show like I'm on someone else's show, and I need to stop doing that. I need to just go like, it's my show. Like it's okay if I'm
be
this
as
way.
Unfiltered, be as like radical as you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's something that I'm sort of learning now, because I'll do the interview, I'll watch myself, and I'll be like, oh, like why did I do that? It's like because it's me. Like I can't. There's nothing else I really can.
Yeah,
do.
like I just did your podcast, Mostly Sorry, which you guys should check out. If you're watching this, then you should be watching Joel's podcast too, just because Joel's one of the best. When you were reacting violently, like fake violently towards Deary, like on your podcast and yelling at him and stuff, I'm like, I love this.
Cool.
Like I, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff, I'm like, this is Joel. Like when you're just unfiltered and you're just like raw and funny and just whatever your emotions are, just wearing them on your sleeve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
It's great. I mean, embrace it rather than, you know what I mean?
It was a little nerve-wracking. The first episode I did with Jessie, like I watched it back and I was like, maybe I said too much. But then a couple people messaged me and said like, no, we need more of this. Like we want to talk more about this sort of stuff. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun on it.
It's so that's what I've learned. Shout out to Holland. That's so cool. I'd love to go there someday.
Dude, that's like that's still mind blowing to me when people write in from other countries. Like when we were in England and we got recognized on the train in London, that's still like, that was like a cool life moment where I was like, this is so weird.
I know.
And like, because he didn't go to the shows that weekend. It was just some random dude that was just like,
wow,
just saying like what's up to us and thanked us for doing the podcast. And I was like, whoa, that's amazing.
I wish I could have done that so bad. I got my passport right before quarantine, thinking, oh, we're gonna go travel.
I mean, we probably were gonna do some of those stops again later in the summer.
Oh, I'm sure we
I think we were kind of gearing up to, but
yeah.
Another time. Maybe 2021.
Maybe. I still haven't been out of the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it would have been like
that would have
really big.
Monumental. I mean, me going to Canada was the first time I went out of the country for comedy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was like a huge moment for me. I was like, wow, I'm doing comedy and I'm doing it out of the country. This is crazy.
I think fucking Ireland was the first time I had. Oh, well, I'd gotten to Mexico, but for comedy, like that was the first time I had left the country to do stand up. It was such a crazy.
Yeah,
trip.
You just come back feeling like so grateful. You're just like, oh man, this is like, I can't believe this is life right now. That's just cool.
And also, I mean, just seeing how other people live and stuff. You know, it's like you don't really realize like not everybody in the world is like you. You know, you go other places. There's so many different styles of living and type of person. And I was thinking today, because my sleep has been real bad, but I was thinking about the time that we got home from Australia and did the show that night. Because that was yesterday I sort of felt the same way, just kind of loopy, and I was really running on fumes. But I'd like to rewatch that Kill Tony again just to see how weird it is.
Oh, I'm sure that it was a little bit off, for sure.
Here's one for all three. Have you ever thought about leaving comedy and forming an avant-garde power pop trio called Triple J?
Now have it.
They said, Jeremiah, you will of course need to hype up your name. Jetski, Joelberg, and Jerkin. Although a Scottish term for a jacket, it also works as the perfect name squash for Jeremiah Watkins.
Jerkin.
I don't think you should call yourself that.
How about Jotkins?
That's literally just like, it sounds like the Jergens lotion, which just makes me think of masturbation, which then Jerkin is literally a masturbation lotion.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my A to L on that lotion.
Maybe Jotkins.
Jotkins.
Oh yeah, Jotkins.
That sounds like a hospital that's about to close down.
Watkins Hospital.
Watkins Hospital.
I'll say this for everybody. This is a good one. It was for Jetski, but I think we should all answer it. Jetski, what made you want to play your choice instrument?
Oh yeah, like why the trumpet? I guess is the question. Like rather than any other instrument.
Well, it's weird because my grandfather played trumpet, but I originally wanted to play saxophone, but there were too many saxophone players in the band, so I wasn't allowed to. So I wanted to play trombone, and my arms weren't long enough. And then the music teacher was like...
Did you ever think of sitting on someone's shoulders and having them play?
That would not make my arms longer.
Oh my goodness.
They have longer arms. They're the ones that are doing the arm. You do the mouth part.
Wait.
By the end of this episode, the Stereo app will be funding the screenplay.
I love it.
And all the spin-offs?
All the spin-offs, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But then the teacher was like, we need more trumpets. And then I played the trumpet, and I was so young. I think 10. I wasn't that close to my grandfather, so I don't know if I just didn't know or if I forgot or what. But then as I got more serious into playing and I got to high school, I needed to get a new trumpet, and he actually sent me one, and it's a really nice trumpet, and I still play it.
Do you ever bring that one to the store?
Yeah, it's the silver one.
Oh, the silver one does have that cool like vintage look to it.
And my grandfather is like really serious about playing. Like, he arranged a lot of music, and he was a composer and taught schools, and he actually wrote the first Super Bowl halftime show. He arranged it from when it was a marching band.
Whoa.
Dang.
Yeah, and he has like all these like papers from it, like the program from that show.
Oh, that's cool.
That's so cool.
What year was that? When did they do the first halftime show?
I don't know. I'll find those papers though, and I'll bring them to the store one day.
Every time I hear the bam ba ba bam 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 ba ba bam 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 ba ba bam, I'm gonna think of your grandpa now.
Well, you didn't write that.
I know, but that's what I'm gonna. So I'm just gonna. In my mind, he wrote that theme.
He was teaching.
Brought to you by Tostitos.
That's my grandpa.
yeah.
Grandpa Tostito. He was a good
Grandpa
man.
Tostito.
He taught in Virginia, and he actually has a day named after him. The mayor named June 2nd his birthday, James Hamilton Johnson Day.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Jesus.
a great, strong name.
James Hamilton Johnson,
Yeah.
the trumpet player. I besieged.
Thank God he was an artist, because that's also like a fucking, that name could be real racist too.
It could be.
Like a founding father.
Could be. It was.
Yeah.
My grandpa's racist.
Yeah.
A new sitcom coming to ABC. My grandpa's racist.
And then my dad plays drums.
That's cool. So what I was gonna say is we'll answer what made us want to play that, and then also if we could all pick what other instrument that each of us should play, like another instrument that we could see. Like Jeremiah, what other instrument could you see Jessie playing?
I don't know why, but I could see you killing it on a harp.
I would love to know how to play harp.
I mean, they're such rare instruments because they're so giant and they're so expensive. But there's something about your demeanor that I'm like, I could just picture Jessie killing it on a harp. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see
That's
that too.
really
Yeah,
nice.
that I was thinking clarinet.
Clarinet's one of my favorite, woodwind.
Me too. Yeah, it's my favorite. It sounds like someone stepping on a goose, but pretty.
Now, this is I don't know. What's the similarity? Do you know, with trumpet and trombone, as far as are they in the same key? Do you know? Or if
No, they're in bass clef.
Oh.
But I think you could probably get a trombone in treble. I can play trombone. I can play most brass instruments, just like you could probably play most reed instruments.
Probably, yeah.
I was learning reed instruments when I was in school for music, and I was playing tenor saxophone for a while, and I kind of picked up clarinet, and I'd love to pick it up again because it'd be cool, one day to just have a woodwind section in the band, but I'm just afraid it will mess up my embouchure, and I'll play trumpet worse.
Oh, really? Can that happen?
I don't know. I'm sure there's ways around it, but when I was playing all these different instruments in school, I was also doing a lot of cocaine. That might have had something to do with it,
No,
too.
you weren't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
Nice.
I was going to school in a small mountain town, Flagstaff, Arizona, on a trumpet scholarship.
And it was snowing, dude.
Yeah, it was snowing all year long.
We didn't know that's what the ski and Jetski meant, dude.
It's down mountains of cocaine, bro.
somebody photoshopped Jessie skiing down
A mountain of cocaine.
Oh please, yeah, I was doing like psychedelics, and I was just trying
Now
to.
the glasses make sense.
Oh yeah, I was trying to be like a jazz musician, you know.
That's cool.
And every
You're tying
autobiography
off.
I read was like, and then I went and did a bunch of heroin, and
Wow.
I didn't do heroin, but
Yeah.
Damn.
I stopped doing all that stuff because I like hit a rock bottom.
Damn. Yeah, I havened. I did. The
I thought you
last...
said I kid rock bottom.
Yeah, when you said tenor sax, I thought of Brian going, "Did you tenor sax?" Or like somebody eating a sax and going, "That sax was tender."
That was tender. How long did you put that on the grill for?
My Traeger. Yeah, sorry, I don't know to cut off. How about you, Jeremiah? What made you pick up saxophone?
I
There
saw.
was some pizza on it.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody put pizza in the bell of the sax. And put a bouquet of flowers in there. Getting a little.
Sorry, I don't know why I cut you off for that.
Oh, no. It's okay. I'm trying to find. There's
She's
like
all coked out, dude.
every once in a while we'll get some interference. I don't know if it's like some other cars on the road or whatever, but
I'm also doing a podcast.
yeah, other people are like, I'm broadcasting. Can you guys comment down over there? No, I think I've mentioned this on my podcast before, so I'll do it briefly. I saw somebody playing it, and it blew my mind just how cool it was. I saw somebody play it in church actually, which is not.
Dang.
But it sounded cooler than all the instruments because
Yeah.
it's not a typical
Yeah.
instrument that
Stands
they
out.
let in the band. So I was like, whoa, what's that? And then I was serious. I kept asking my parents about it. And
Dang.
and the sax that I played for years and years on Kill Tony is the one from childhood that I paid off from mowing lawns and shoveling
Hell
drives.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's like one of my most precious things that I still have from my childhood because it's something that I worked so hard on and then played on it as an adult, and it still works. Like
Yeah.
I kept it in good condition where it's still playable.
Man, church musicians are some of the best. I mean, some of those like worship bands, like there's a whole style of drumming based off like gospel stuff, and it's like I could see that. And especially just seeing a live band when you're a kid in church, like everything's so elevated in church, like the emotions, the certain chords of like religious music. Like I could see it really touching like your heart and being like, damn, I want to do that. I don't know. That's awesome. And Jessie, are there any instruments you can see Jeremiah playing that aren't saxophone?
Whoa,
Oh yeah. Oh.
that's a really tough question.
Yeah, especially while we almost went through the windshield.
I tried to play it cool.
Oh no, it was a little. It's okay.
Well, I was gonna say you already play so many different instruments, so that's kind of a tough one. But I was in band for so long, I could see you like if you were in marching band, I could totally picture you in the pit, like xylophone or marimba or like.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I was thinking those marching, like when they have the toms like in front of like the
Oh, the quads or
I want some of those. Maybe even maybe bass in like a Less Than Jake sort of band.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but you play bass, don't you?
Yeah, and guitar, right? You kind of play.
I don't say that I play bass. I have a bass, but it's very like. But it's one of those things where I'm like I say that I play guitar, but I'm not that great at guitar. I can fool people like just make it sound decent just with chords.
Yeah, me too.
But like I can't solo, so like I'm not very proficient. And bass, I don't know I don't know like what I'm doing other than playing by ear. You know what I mean? But my ear, because just I've been playing music for a while. That's how we can pick up those songs so quickly. For Kill Tony. What you laughing about back
I
there?
was trying to figure out a way to riff a guy sitting on your shoulder to play bass, but covering your ear like
Oh
you have
my
an ear
g-
for bass.
I have an ear for.
His legs. are
It's
on your
his ear for bass. I do have an ear for bass, and it's the other kid that's attached to me.
so ridiculous.
That's another animated movie. It's just your buddy the ear. He's just an ear with
I have an
legs and
ear
arms.
for music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Here it is, Edgar Allan Poe's. Those riffs brought to you by the Stereo app. I think we have time for one more question, and I'm gonna see if I can get a caller to call in. We'll see.
Do we have time for Joel? Did you want to answer that one?
Yeah. I always played drums. Since I was a kid, I was always hitting stuff. My mom said like one of my babysitters would take out all the pots and pans and let me like hit those, and then later on was always in trouble for banging on my desk. And I had a babysitter who was like a rock and roll guy. He was my cousin's boyfriend, and he one time let me like go into the rehearsal room and like close the door, and I just got to hit all the drums and stuff. I feel like I've just always like I enjoyed sort of rhythm and hitting things, and then my parents got me a kit for Christmas, and it like totally changed everything. And the other instrument I would maybe play whatever. What do you guys? You guys have one for me?
What would Joel play if it wasn't drums?
I've seen him play guitar. I like when Joel plays guitar, actually. But I could see Joel. I think you could be an awesome bagpipe guy.
Oh, that's cool. I
That
like
would
that.
be awesome.
Whoa.
I could just, it's just very like a strong verbose instrument. And I think that like, it would just be dope. Like
Yeah.
you just
Dude.
walk in.
You notice he slipped the word verbose in there.
If
Yeah.
you brought
I am very
bagpipes
verbose. I am
to
nothing.
kill Tony on Monday.
Bagpipes would be.
Oh my god.
That would be the best.
Yeah.
It's like
for
the
sure.
most annoying instrument.
Dude. Does anybody have bagpipes
only
that
if
we
you-
can borrow?
It's a beautiful instrument, but if you don't know how to play it well,
Oh, I
it's
bet
like
it's-
it sounds like a bunch of cats
It's a-
getting beat.
A beautiful instrument for an ugly woman. That's what we call it. Or man, whatever. All right. Character suggestions? Oh, you're gonna take this call? Hell yeah. Are you calling him again? At the end of it? That's hilarious.
I'm gonna try. I might not. We might not get our caller. I'm not gonna say who it is unless they pick up. I don't think they're gonna pick up because I texted in advance. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look what it is.
My god.
Tony Hinchcliffe, the golden pony.
Look at
What are
this.
you guys doing?
We're driving to Tempe, Arizona right now, and I just wanted to, we're doing a roadcast in the car, and I wanted to say hi. Jessie's driving. We got Joelberg in the back there.
Hey, Tony.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I knew you'd be golfing.
You got me. I'm guilty as charged.
How many pars you hit today?
How many parts did I hit?
Yeah, how many pars?
I think only one.
That's good.
How many cars did you hit?
Bunch. Joel's
Nice.
already on fire. I can tell he's been carrying the momentum of this episode since its beginning.
Hell
he
yeah.
has been. His energy's been great. Dude, you look great. I gotta say, you look great and very happy right now. I love seeing that.
It's a nice
Well, thank you. You know, there's nothing better than when someone texts me, hey, can we FaceTime you for the roadcast, and you don't respond, you specifically ignore it, and then you hear your phone ring and you answer by habit, because only few people can even get through your restricted calls. But you know what? Some people just take advantage, and I'm happy to be part of it. You know, that's how you make it to the top.
Dude, you're killing us from hundreds of miles away right now.
I love
Come
it.
to
You know
Arizona,
what?
Tony.
Yeah, dude.
You know-
The band is moving to Arizona. You gotta come see us. We have a new podcast in Arizona, Tony.
Kill Tempe.
Kill Tempe, Joel called it.
You guys are so loud. My friends are teeing off.
Oh, sorry.
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 Golf's a very quiet sport, guys. It's a very quiet, nice, easy.
I know, we know nothing
Richie.
about that. I'm sorry.
This is Richie, the manager.
Oh, is he good at golf?
Now he's about to tee off.
Wow. I'm teed off
Oh.
right now.
Oh, cool.
Sounded
That
nice.
that looked pretty good.
Are you recording your video screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's smart. That's good podcasting.
Yeah. I want to make sure I could see that beautiful.
Hey, Richie, come here
nugget.
real quick. Jeremiah's doing some stupid podcast, and
Whoops.
here, I'm gonna flip it around, and he's recording. It's just like, hey, what up, dude?
Oh, cool. We're gonna see Tony play some golf.
Here we go.
Did he miss?
No, he's.
Oh, he's like setting up.
The ice cream man bombed it. That's why not only am I one of the top young rising comedians in the world, I'm also one of the top young golfers.
That looked pretty good. Did that go? That went straight, right?
Yeah, I went straight in 250 yards, you fucking dork. What do you think I'm doing out here?
That's the only thing straight about me.
Hey, shut up, Rob. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said that's the only straight thing about me. Anyway, it wasn't good the
Oh,
second
God.
time either.
Jesus.
Because Richie said that you bombed it. So in golf, does that mean good?
That's a very, very good thing.
Okay, cool.
Why do you call you the ice cream man?
Because I'm dressed in all white.
Like, kind
And and on the golf course, I fucking serve it up.
All white, all white, all white.
All right, well, you guys have a good time. When are your shows?
Tonight and tomorrow. We got 4 shows this weekend.
All right, well, I was going to, when I ignored your invite for, when I completely 100% ignored your message asking me to do this exact thing that I'm doing right now, I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I'll tweet or retweet the shows instead later. But you know what? You ended up cashing in on the FaceTime video instead, so now I don't have to do that.
Well, Tony, I'd personally rather see your face than a tweet any day.
You guys are so much fun.
All right, we love you, dude. Have a good day at golf.
How far are you now?
We're still like 3 hours or so. We're about to stop in Blythe at a Mexican joint called Albert Tacos to grab some food.
Hold on, let's see how far I actually drove that. And then I'm going to let you guys go.
You
Let's
should see how
give you the
far
final
we
report.
drove.
What do you think? Is this me here? I need to FaceTime you guys all the time.
Yeah, we're probably playing great. You just need
Where I went, Rob?
you just need some extra motivation.
Up here? Oh. 240 yards.
240 yards you just hit? Wowzers.
Wow.
Yep, that's the final tally.
It's kind of cool to be getting this virtual golf look.
Big trouble.
Like while we're driving, you're freaking driving. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I love you guys.
We're driving him crazy. All right.
Love you, buddy.
Bye.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hilarious.
You seem really
Oh
happy.
no. The screen recording shut off.
Maybe it got saved automatically.
I don't think so.
We'll
Some-
do an animation.
Sometimes with my phone, if they stop recording, they just get saved to my.
Yeah, but I didn't stop. It's so weird. We'll see.
Well,
We should do another animation of just Joel shitting in that gas station.
Yeah, right?
every time I fart, it's just another interview. Just. Wow, Blythe, 48 miles. I believe we are 37 minutes from our destination of Albert Tacos. I'm honestly a little nervous about the first show. I'm trying to but I think it's one of those things like once I get out there, it'll sort of kick in.
Yeah.
Because I never feel like stand up to me is not like riding a bike where like you'd never forget it. It's like there's that muscle memory and sort of I achieved a little bit of it I think this Monday in the window, but so we'll see.
I've actually been trying to care less, and you have to know that's coming from a person who cares so much.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a good method. I think.
I remember hearing something about like sensitive people or like empaths or people who just take on other people's feelings. And a lot of times, in order to not feel someone's disappointment, you will try to overcompensate and overwork and overgive, because just anything not to feel disappointment. And so then I'm like, oh, that really clicked. So then now I kind of try to approach this stage like by setting the bar a little lower and not having as high of expectation and not having as much pressure on myself if people are disappointed.
Yeah.
And it usually goes way better.
Probably allows you to be more free because it's not hanging over it's not like looming over you like this thing, you know?
Yeah, but you're able to have a lot more fun. And if you're having fun, then other people tend to have more fun.
Yeah, that's what I want to try to achieve that. Because also during the pandemic, I feel like I've started to like reanalyze my cadence and how I talk on stage and stuff. I'm trying to get to like a way more natural place, like just sort of more talking, because I do realize the second I grab the mic, I do, you know, it does become this thing, this performance, which is great, but also, you know, I want to figure a happy medium.
Yeah,
but,
and you know your jokes, so someone told me that because I used to write out my jokes so much.
Yeah.
But you know where they go, and so once you just have the idea of, okay, now I'm talking about this in your head, then it will inevitably be more conversational.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what you want to talk about.
Just kidding.
Or you will.
I did my eyes right now where I was like, do I? Just kidding. Nah, I'll be fine.
So I think we're going to close out this podcast. I brought my sax, but I think you guys have both done sax talk. So
how about trumpet time? Jessie plays trumpet while driving, while podcasting.
That's a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
I'll also read the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Just do a little bit of everything. I think we're going to wrap this up because I think we're about to go get some food.
Heck yeah.
Right now. This episode has been brought to you by the Stereo app. Joel, Jessie, do you want to plug anything before I let you go?
Jessie, you want to
At
go?
Jetski Johnson. Everything. Follow me.
Yeah.
Follow
We'll
it
hang
up.
out. Yeah.
At Mostly Sorry podcast on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all of that. Yeah, got some cool stuff coming up soon.
Heck yeah. I have a special coming out, my debut 1 hour special, Family Reunion, that you can pre-order on my website right now, which would help me out a lot at jeremiahwatkins.com. It'll help with the rankings and good banner placement for when it drops on December 8th. So head on over to jeremiahwatkins.com, pre-order, or just wait to watch it on Amazon Prime once it comes out on December 8th. Either way, much appreciated for the support. Thank you guys for tuning in to this special Roadcast edition of Jeremiah Wonders. We might even do one on the way back. We'll see how the weekend goes. That could be a
That would
fun
be fun.
kind of recap to see how it all plays out. But yeah,
We're
thanks.
just none of us are talking to each other.
I know by the end of the weekend we're just like, that was fun.
Or I'm on Jeremiah's shoulders.
Full circle with a Stereo app callback.
Yeah.
And if you like the sax hat that I'm wearing, that's also on my website, jeremiahwatkins.com. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this ride with us, and be nice to each other. I want to start doing the kindness challenge again, reading your letters and stuff like that. I haven't done that segment in a long time. So if you have anything you've done nice for somebody that you'd like to share so I can read on the show, it's not bragging. It's to inspire other people to do the same thing. Email me at jeremiahwonders@gmail.com. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Jeremiah Wonders, Jeremiah, Jeremiah, Jeremiah.